Hey everybody, it's Money Karl, one of your co-hosts of the Move the Mic Stand comedy podcast, and I'm here to tell you about this week's sponsor, minigolfreviews.com, a website dedicated to all things miniature golf. They even post a new mini golf hole every single day, and currently are building the National Archive of Mini Golf, so check it out at minigolfreviews.com. Now enjoy the show.
Yo, welcome to the stage. The mic is set to rise. Dean and Cash, shining bright beneath the skies. Topics flying high, thoughts collide like sparks. Move the mic stand, light it up, ignite the hearts. Soon it'll break it down, bring the real to you. Conversations that unfold, always something new. Can't stop, won't stop, we'll keep it flowing strong. Move the mic stand, join us where you belong. Hustle and flow, the vibe's always lit. Tune into the magic, we'll never quit. They talk about life, hustles, dreams, and we all chase. Dropping knowledge like it's gold, never slow down the pace. From money moves to mental goals, they keep it tight. In this podcast, about to living life, it's all in sight. Every episode's a journey taken with a twist. When Dean and Cash speak, you don't want to miss. Can't stop, won't stop, we'll keep the flow strong. Move the mic stand, join us where you belong. Hustle and flow, the vibe's always lit. Tune into the magic, we'll never quit. So grab your headphones, let's ride the wave. Dean and Cash at the mic, we're here to say it.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dean Berg, and with me, as always, my BFF Forever, my good buddy, Money Karl.
Wow, he admitted it on air. Hey,
That's
Dean.
forever, because I said BFF
Forever.
And now something's going to happen in this episode, and we're going to be like, we're done, we're never talking again. I'm just kidding. I don't see that happening.
Well, now that's something I'm definitely going to have to soundbite for sure. Every time I'm just feeling a little sad.
You're going to go back to this episode and listen to the beginning?
Just that you're my best friend forever and ever and ever.
Okay, I'll try it again. Hey, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Move the Mic Stand Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dean Berg, and with me, as always, is my mediocre friend. Some guy I talk to every once in a while. We do shows together, but that's about it.
I actually kind of like that. Like, I don't think anyone's ever been like introduced as my mediocre friend.
This is my.
It's special.
Yeah. This is a guy.
The mediocre friend is better than acquaintance.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's like, I admit I hang out with him.
Yeah,
because I have to.
Yeah. Like, I helped him like move stuff out of his storage the other day, but I thought he was going to pay me or something.
And put it in your storage.
Yeah.
Filled up your storage, as a matter of fact. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
But speaking of,
we're going to sell that stuff.
Yes, if anybody wants some lumber or building materials, heavily discounted.
Heavily.
And whatever money we get, we're going to put towards getting a new table in the studio.
Something a little bit more than what we got here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It works.
Yeah. It just...
I wrecked it.
It could be more comfortable. I mean, we can level up a little bit, sure. But the main reason that whole situation even happened was because my storage unit down in Fond du Lac, which I no longer live, so that was part of it, they almost like doubled their price.
Yeah, that's insane.
I was like, why? I've been here for 5 years. Why you got to jack up the price so much? And I get,
Did they tell you at least?
Yeah, I mean, they sent me an email, but it surprised me. I was like, holy crap, like you're really raising the prices like almost double for what? And like they didn't really give any reason other than like infrastructure and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's kind of BS. You're not actually doing anything to my unit. So like, what's what's the infrastructure?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what's crazy too is my storage actually belonged to my mom because she used to live, when I lived in an apartment, she lived in the apartment below me. Mm-hmm. And she got a storage because she had moved out of a house, apartment smaller, put a bunch of stuff in there. And she kept forgetting to pay. And the people there, they kind of suck. They're not cool. It's in a shadier part of town a little bit, and I don't know. When you walk inside, there's papers everywhere. Everything's disorganized, and you're like, "What is this?"
Was it like a front?
Maybe. Maybe. But anyway, so she'd forget to pay it, and they'd be shitty about it, and they'd call and they'd make her cry and whatever.
Jeez.
So then one day I was just like, you know what? Put it on auto pay on my card and whatever. And it wasn't a lot of money at all. It was no big deal. And then all of a sudden one day, I noticed it came out and it had gone up like $25. And I was like, what the hell? And then I mentioned something to them and they were like, yeah, we raised the prices, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't really
give a reason.
They did nothing to the unit. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it jumped up like another $35 again.
Yeah.
And it just keeps jumping up. And so I was just kind of like, well, what the hell's the deal here? But it's not nearly as expensive as the one you had.
Right. And, like, I get, like, everything's really expensive right now. Prices, like, almost every time going to the grocery store, even if it's just for a quick, like, I need a couple things for this week, it seems like it's $100 bill every time at least. You agree? Yeah.
And that's for just anything.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you don't even get that much.
Right. Yeah, it's like a bag or two of groceries, and it's like, holy crap. Like,
Yeah, I used to, like, go and I'd be like, yeah, grocery trip just for whatever, some juice, cookies,
$20.
whatever. $20.
Yeah.
And then it kind of jumped up to $50, where I was like, okay, I'm going to expect to spend $50 anytime I have to stop at the grocery store. Now it's like, if I get out of there in less than $100.
You did great. You must have hit a certain super sale or something.
Yeah, or I just bought a Dubai chocolate bar. Because they sell those at the grocery store now.
Yeah, but I would be fine though. Like with the price increase, if they were just like very transparent about it. Like,
yeah,
hey, everything's price
property
is going
tax
up.
went up.
Yeah, just say that. Don't be like we're doing infrastructure and then like nothing happens like to my unit. Like that just feels like a cop out.
And they're adding more units. It looks like it seems like they have some more units than they used to. But then,
for my place or
mine?
Oh, okay.
But then it's kind of like, okay, so why does that make my rent go up?
Right. Well, again, they're just saying it as, this is how business works, I guess. But
well, for a while, I thought they were just doing it to see if I would notice and see how high they can make it go kind of thing.
Well, that's kind of their thing, though. Isn't that kind of the business of storage units is like let people set and forget. And if it doesn't get paid, then we do the auction thing. And then it's on that, auction storage wars or whatever.
Yeah.
Which they did admit to that show that it's semi-staged.
Yeah.
Like people do find good finds, but they usually do like some of the pre-set up, like they've already done the auction and everything, and then they find the good items, so it's interesting. But
yeah,
I mean, it's still interesting concept.
It's like the curse of Oak Island or the treasure of Oak Island. I guess they finally found something on that show.
I didn't pay attention to what they actually got. But
I stopped watching.
It probably wasn't
seasons ago because
it probably wasn't nearly the value of what they estimated it to be or the cost that they put sunk cost. But literally sunk cost.
Well, it's kind of like the episodes were just like they're an hour long or however long
of nothing.
Yeah. It'd be like one of the guys named Jay. I don't remember their names. Sure. We'll just say one is Jay.
Are you just doing that because Jay Okerson?
Yeah, Jay. The Curse of Jay Okerson Island. We'll just say his name is Jay. Yeah, so
it'll just big
be like
too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Little Jay Okerson.
Little Jay Oak Island. But it was just kind of like this. I don't remember their names. Like Kevin. Sure. Well, Kevin and Jay sounds about right because I haven't watched it in forever. And the reason is it'll just be like they're looking around or whatever, they're doing their thing. They think they found something, and like they'll find a coin, and they'll be like, "Oh, that was just a worn out coin from the 70s," and they'll just be going through stuff. And then towards the end, Jay will be hungry, and he's gonna go to Taco Bell, and they'll be like, "What? Taco Bell?" Like the narrator.
Yeah.
He's, "What? Taco Bell? Could this be the secret they've been looking for? Or is he just going for a Baja Blast Pie?"
Nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Nice segue tie-in.
You like that? And I just got sick of that. Like, every time they move. Like, he's like, "Oh, my stomach doesn't feel good. I ate that Taco Bell. My stomach doesn't feel..." What? Could this be the curse? Could the curse all these years been Taco Bell? Or whatever. It's just like, no. And so I stopped watching it. And so I know they had recently found something.
Yeah, I think they found the treasure, whatever the treasure was.
Yeah,
air quotes.
After they completely destroyed the island, the treasure was like $200 million worth. They probably spent $400 million just doing stuff for that show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's some cost at that point.
But going back to like storages and storage wars.
No, hold on.
Okay, what?
Look, you did the segue already, so I don't want us to jump around because people are going to be like, why
did he say Baja Blast Pie? And then they never talked about it again.
Why was that a good segue?
And they never talked about it again.
And then we'll come back to these shows because I'm sure we can go on.
We'll go back. We'll just mental note for those of you at home. If we don't come back, scream at your
tell us
at your playing device. Just scream
or tell us.
Storage. Go back to the storage thing. What did you want to say about the storage thing, Dean? Yeah,
but because
it wasn't anything important. So if we don't go back, who cares?
But it's important, and because we're going to talk about other shows too, like this. So
yeah, true.
Okay, all right. So why that was a good segue?
Yeah, it's because we got one.
Yeah, we got
came out today.
Yeah, the Baja Blast frozen pie
from Taco Bell. And
would you say it was a frozen cream pie?
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
Well, I don't know because banana cream is kind of like a similar texture.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you compared it to a key lime pie.
It's got that same kind of texture. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I liked it better than key lime pie personally, and I had a real good key lime pie.
Yeah.
And this is gonna sound super weird, and I only bring this up because that's the only 3 topics I talk about. But when we were in Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area,
we were in Gatlinburg being allergic to blueberries.
No, but Pigeon Forge is this like outdoor shopping mall area called the Island, and they have a key lime pie shop.
Oh,
and
really?
It's called Kermit's Key Lime Pie, and
like the frog?
No, like the person.
I know a frog.
Yeah, you know frog.
I don't know if I know anybody named Kermit.
There's a comedian. I think it's Kermit
Apatow.
Something like that.
I know who you're talking. No. I know who you're talking about. He got stuck in the elevator.
Yeah,
at the Skyline. Yeah.
But anyway, so it's Kermit's Key Lime Pie. And you're thinking like you're in the middle of Tennessee. What do they know about key lime pie?
Appio's name.
Okay. Yeah, that's close.
Sorry, I didn't want to say it wrong.
Yeah. So middle of Tennessee. What do they know about key lime pie? Well, they originally had a shop in the Keys, and they won last year's. I think it was last year, and maybe this year too. Best key lime pie.
Oh, nice.
So it was good. I would highly recommend it.
So anyway, before we got on air, we decided to try it. We weren't going to try it on air because it fumbles things up, and then you hear us rustling around and
lip smacking. Which this was definitely a lip smacking pie.
Yeah, it's actually really good. You get it in a box, and you got to buy the whole pie.
Yeah, it's on a slice. I thought it was by the slice. So
when I went there, I kind of had a inkling that you had to get the whole pie because I went on the app to make sure that it was available today because I've seen ads. Mountain Dew did a thing about it. Taco Bell did a thing about it, but people still didn't believe that it was real.
Well, they did hype it up for quite some time.
They did. They even had that gelato, I guess, last year, which I knew they were coming out with one, but I completely missed it.
I just forgot about it. I wasn't really looking for it. The pie, I was like, that's intriguing. The gelato, I was like, meh.
You put a scoop of the gelato on the pie.
Yeah. But no, you only do that really if you're having it heated up, the pie, like
true
a la mode.
True.
So like, I wouldn't want to heat that pie up. I think that'd be disgusting.
It needs to be refrigerated. Yeah. Warm would be funky.
It would melt too. It'd just be a puddle. But I thought it was by the slice because all the ads.
There was a huge box. What do you think? I just had one slice in that box?
No, I thought you got 2 individual slices. Like, because like when I bought the key lime pie from Kermit's, it's single slices in a plastic container. So I figured you bought it by the slice. And in all fairness, all the ads I've seen for the Baja,
they show a slice.
It's just a slice. So that's why I thought it would be by the slice, and that would make sense as a fast food consumer.
Yeah,
by the slice. So
well, right. And then because I went on the app and it showed the pie was on there, but it said you can only get it at the counter or at the drive-thru.
Okay. So where else would you get it? Or you say
you couldn't order it at the app. You couldn't order through the app. You had to order at the counter or through the drive-thru.
So you can't be like, order pickup for Dean and a pie, please? Like, that's how you'd have to do it?
Yes. And then can I add a Baja Blast Pie?
Interesting.
And
did they say why?
I don't know. There's a limited number of them.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
They didn't want people to buy like 50 of them on the app It's easier to control. I don't know.
And maybe there is a process, right? Because it's a frozen thing.
It is
commodity,
frozen,
whatever.
which is kind of, it seems like against the purpose of Taco Bell that it's frozen and you have to thaw it. But it does say on there, take it out of the box, take the lid off the carton and let it sit for half an hour. So by the time you eat your Taco Bell, it's just
for
about...
a slice, though.
For a slice. You take off a slice. Yeah, you cut it frozen. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because it said, I think, an hour and a half minimum for the full pie, and then it could be sitting out thawed for 4 hours. I think that's what it said.
And I had it in the refrigerator for about 7 hours, and it was perfect, I think.
Yeah, I think that was a great consistency. It cut well and wasn't just cloppy and dripping everywhere.
It had nice firmness to it.
Good mouthfeel.
Yeah, the texture was good. Yeah.
And then we had some Baja Blast just to drink.
Yeah, we had the Mountain Dew, the actual Mountain Dew, just to compare.
I thought it tasted like it. It just a little tanginess, like a key lime pie, but you definitely taste the Baja Blast.
And the thing with the pie, from what I understand from looking at it and reading the ingredients and everything, it doesn't actually have Baja Blast
just
in it.
The flavor.
Like I've seen where people have made pies out of like Mountain Dew and different things like that, adding gelatin
I've had
or
Mountain
whatever.
Dew cupcakes before.
Yeah, and you actually add it to it. I don't think this actually has like the Baja Blast in it.
Probably not for preservatives.
And it would be too frothy.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
So I think, if you're worried about caffeine, I think you're fine. I don't think there's any in it.
Wouldn't that be interesting to have a caffeinated pie?
I mean, if you make one out of Mountain Dew,
I'm just saying, like, if you're instead of having your cup of coffee in the morning, you're just like, I'm having my coffee pie, caffeinated pie.
I'm sure it's a thing.
I'd like that. I'd like that for pancakes, because they make like the protein cakes, the Kodiak cakes, the protein packed pancakes and waffle mix. I want a caffeinated one, so I'd rather eat.
I think it
drink a cup of coffee.
Better in liquid form, but
Maybe.
I think it would work.
Well, fine. Put it in the maple syrup. Make caffeinated maple syrup.
There's coffee cake, which I always thought had coffee in it, but I think it just means it's meant to eat with a cup of coffee.
That's interesting. I never thought that in my life.
Really?
That coffee cake would have coffee in it, but now that you say that, I'm like, that totally makes sense.
I always thought it had coffee in it, and I was like, this doesn't taste like coffee at all.
Yeah.
But I went and got right when they opened, I went, and when I got there, the building was packed. Like from the counter all the way to the back of the building, there were people standing in line, and I was like, oh my God. And then the drive-thru had like 15 cars in it. Normally, my rule at the drive-thru is if there's 2 cars, I go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, so there's a person at the speaker. There can be 2 cars after that. If there's 2 cars after that, I'm like, nope. When I go somewhere else.
Once it starts wrapping around the building,
Yeah. And so I'm like, nope, well, that's me anywhere.
Okay.
Except for if they got the double-laned ones, then that's a little different.
Sure.
That kind of ruined my mode of operandi for drive-thru.
But you made an exception.
But I did, and I went in the line, and the line moved fast. But I was literally I could kind of see the screen from a couple cars back to see if people were ordering the pies. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really see anybody really ordering the pies, because at first I thought, oh great, I'm not gonna get one, but at least maybe I'll get one before all these people inside.
Yeah. Well, that's the move though. If the drive-through line is really busy, but nobody's inside.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Then still do the order through the app, and then go in and they have it ready to go before.
But you couldn't get the pie.
Yeah, but
this time.
That I just want to make a point with the Taco Bell drive-through. Man, I can't stand if people are actually ordering on the screen and they're not using the app, because when you get the bonus rewards, but also like the customization.
Oh yeah, you can
done
way
through
customize.
the app is so much better than trying to do it over the speaker, and they never get those right.
Or if you're inside, do it at the kiosk. You don't get the bonus points necessarily, or maybe you do if you scan the thing. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would ever use the kiosk inside. Honestly, I think
I do a lot.
I think it's the app. And if the drive-thru is busy, then I will have it be sent inside. Like, I'll order in the parking lot of the Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You and I then I'll get in the drive-thru.
You and I have done that.
Yeah.
Where we got there and you pulled into a parking spot. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm like, I'm ordering.
You're going to order it on the app, and then we're going to go through the drive-thru. Yeah. And then as soon as you hit send, you go, whoop, and you go right into the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it like if you do that at Dunkin', you have to wait.
Yeah.
they don't, it tells you like when you can go to the drive-thru.
Right, I know, but that's the whole thing with Taco Bell, though. I think it's like,
Yeah.
why aren't people using the app? Because I remember one time, and we talked, I think this is about...
I don't know why people don't use the app anywhere.
Yeah.
At McDonald's, I'll admit I don't use it, and I get annoyed when you pull up and they're like, "Will you be using the app today?" And then I'm
you get bonus stuff from that, too.
I know you do. I know you do.
You just forget, because it's not... like, you've been not using the app for 30, 40 years, right? And then it's like...
that's part of it. But then the other part of it is there's concern amongst people I deal with that say, if you order it in the app, they're going to make it too soon, and then it's going to be cold when you get there. But I think they make it when you arrive.
Yeah, so
that's why they ask you.
You go up to the drive-thru, and then you say, pick up order for Dean or Carl.
And then they're like, okay, and then they make it.
Yeah, so
and you know how I know they start making it? Because if you order a quarter pounder, they still make you pull ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you remember when they were making quarter pounders fresh?
Yeah.
And you always had to wait?
Yeah.
I stopped ordering quarter pounders.
Oh, I
like,
liked it because they were making it fresh.
I didn't. It wasn't fast enough.
Oh.
Because it's McDonald's.
I was less about the fast.
Fresh.
I was more about taste, I guess.
But anyways.
But that is what you just had mentioned, though, with... Are you worried that it's going to be cold? That is the case in other places, though. Like, I know, like, if you go to Freddy's Steak Burgers, they're making it when you submit it, not when you...
I'm not a fan of them.
They're okay.
They're okay. I mean, like their Chicago dogs.
I would say they have a couple menu items that are different from other places that you can't get. So, like, probably for a hot dog, maybe. But, I mean, A&W's got a good hot dog, so I would probably choose that. But... yeah, they make it when you put the order in. So, yeah, it's sitting on their shelf for you to pick up. And if whatever reason you get delayed or what, your food's cold. So, Culver's is okay. They make it when you...
Yeah, they do.
You can do a set time, though. So,
you can tell them when you pick it up.
Well, you could say an estimated time, like, I'm going to pick it up here. Or you arrive curbside.
Yep.
And
you tell them you're there.
And then you tell them you're there, and then they make it.
Yeah, and then they bring it out to you.
Same kind of thing.
Yep, same thing. So, it doesn't sit. But when I got to the window by the guy at Taco Bell, and he took my order, because he seemed really excited when I ordered the pie. He was like, "Oh!" And then I was just like, why did he, oh? I don't know why he oohed. But I actually expected him to be like, "Oh, we're already sold out," even though it was like 15 minutes after they had opened. But then I looked inside, and I was just like, "Wow, you got a packed house inside." And he's like, "Yeah." And then I'm like, "Are they all there for the pie?" And he's like, "Sorta." I'm like, "What do you mean, sort of?" He's like, "It's a bunch of kids from the high school. They all came here to get some food, and they chipped in for one pie." And so there was like 50 or 60 of them in there
to share one pie. That's funny.
And it's a normal size pie too. It's not like the Costco giant pumpkin pie or anything.
The 25-pound apple pie in Dollywood. Right. It was like $250.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's just a normal, regular, average 9-inch pie plate.
But speaking of things that sold out, I don't know if you saw, but Kelly's Country Creamery, they announced their or released their ice cream advent calendar today. It sold out in an hour.
Really?
Yeah, and that happened last year. But
does it actually have ice cream in it?
Yeah, you get little cups of different flavors that you put in your freezer at home.
That ain't gonna last. I ate them all on the same day.
Well, that's not the point.
I know.
But I just don't understand why it's a one-day only thing. Like, they know that they had such a hype last year and they sold out within an hour, and then they did again this year. You don't start your advent calendar until December 1st. So, like, you have
holding
almost
on to that ice cream.
Well, I mean, you almost have a full month, though.
Yeah, I'm just holding on the ice cream.
Well, but I'm just saying, have almost a full month to sell more. Like, people want them. Like, it's sold out.
Wow.
Like, how many people were disappointed probably today that they didn't get it? A lot. So why not?
How many kids cried Kelly's Country Creamery?
Well, okay. I like Kelly's Country Creamery. I could be sponsored by them, but I'm just saying, like as a business, like, if I saw that kind of level of hype, I would figure out how to make more of it.
Well, and there might be a level of like pride or something too. Like, oh, they sell out in an hour, and if they get a bunch of them to sell for a month, and they're just like, And maybe it's harder to manage all that ice cream in there.
True.
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely some added work to it, but I'm just saying, like,
is it like you actually open up a door and then there's like a little thing of ice cream?
No, it's just little like sample cups, like what you would put like sauce in. So it's not it's like a.
Does it have a date on them at least?
Probably. I never got one.
Oh.
So, because I don't live down here anymore, so
That's right.
I wouldn't have.
I've lived here for many, many decades, and I first went there for the very first time, like last year.
I told you to. Yeah. But the other thing too is like, personally for me, like I don't really like peppermint or minty ice cream.
I used to, but I don't so much anymore. It's okay.
I just figured that for being an Advent calendar of ice cream, I bet like half the flavors are mint.
They're probably mint and eggnog and cinnamon.
Which they do some wild flavors. So I said wild. Oops. Sorry. It's over there. It's over there. Yeah, I don't know why it's all the way over there. All right, you can do it now. I said the word. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. It's been a while. He's just tipping everything. Dean's just like destroyed. It felt like kind of like a street match wrestling.
I just broke the cymbal.
Oh, it's just it falls off. It's fine. It's very sensitive. Yeah. So
geez. Okay.
I got to figure out what new sound to get. Christmas is coming up, so I could probably get a bunch of new
Maverick
sounds.
has these little mini Grinch whoopee cushions.
That is so weird that you just said that because now I get to segue into something. Saturday is what my family celebrates as barthdays, because that's my last name, breaking the fourth wall. But that we celebrate this because my birthday, October 26th, and then today is my sister's birthday, tomorrow's my dad's birthday, and then Saturday is my brother-in-law's birthday. So we have 4.
Your family is very busy in January. February.
Yeah.
January, February, around
Valentine's Day.
okay.
But, we have 4 core family member birthdays in less than 2 weeks. So we celebrate birthdays. So it's the first time that my family's coming up to visit us in our Wisconsin home. Since we moved in April.
Okay.
So
I thought you meant like ever.
No, it's always been scattered, but as a group, yeah. And our new place has the bowling alley, so we're going to do some bowling and play some games. But the reason I mention this, and it's weird that you said the Grinch whoopee cushions, is my niece and nephew, they love the Grinch. That's their favorite Christmas.
It's like a super thing with kids.
Yeah.
They like the Grinch more than Santa.
Yeah, it's really strange, but we bought those whoopee cushions for them for Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. My 2 little guys already went and saw Santa.
Really?
Yeah.
Where can you do that?
There was a craft show this past weekend, and Santa was there.
You know, I want to sign up to be a Santa. That's part of the reason of growing out the beard, actually. So the niece and nephew that are visiting this weekend, last year when we celebrated Barthmas, which is post-Christmas time, but that's when that side of the family gets together to celebrate. So usually it's mid-January, so we call it Barthmas. And for whatever reason, I just went, ho, 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 in the kitchen.
Yeah. And
my nephew didn't see that I did that. And he got so excited. He's like, Santa's here. Oh, my goodness. He came to visit. So, and then I was like, at that year, last year, around Christmas, I remember being at the mall and seeing the mall Santa. And it wasn't a good mall Santa. It had the fake beard. And one kid ripped the beard off of Santa.
Jeez.
And it ruined it for all the kids waiting in line. So I didn't want that to happen. So.
All those Santas that are like that, they have to get Santa's permission.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
But
maybe that guy didn't.
But I knew that I could get in with Mr. Claus and be one of his representatives. So that's why I started growing the beard on January 1st, and here we are now, almost to Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think I have a decent
you could do it.
Length for Santa. I just got to do some whitening on it.
Yep, and then Santa's just got to like throw the little magic dust on you.
Yeah.
And whatever, and then you can help out.
Yeah. I remember doing quite some time. Abby and I would always do Toys for Tots at Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And we liked handing out the toys, and we would go to like Five Below or someplace and buy a couple $100 worth of games. Just because we liked the idea of kids playing games with their family, because that's something I liked and wanted to help provide that opportunity. And that was always a favorite charity to do. I don't know necessarily if Salvation Army is the best one, like if they use the money donations the best, but at least that event, the Toys for Tots, and handing it out to the kids, and the parents go and get to shop for their kid, especially like this year when, money is in a tough situation for most people. Just being able to allow parents to have some fun toys for their kids.
Yeah, we did that Toys for Tots show last year. That was fun.
Yeah, well, that was I guess that was technically Toys for Tots too, but
it was
just the collection.
Yeah,
though.
No, I know.
But I like doing the handing out and being at the Salvation Army and dressing up as I was an elf, so
yeah,
I make a pretty good looking elf.
Yeah, that's fun.
So yeah, I want to do that again too.
All right, cool. But Baja Blast Pie was good.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, try it. It is costly though, I guess. It's $20 for the whole pie, but it's a nice pie.
Yeah, it's in a limited time too, right?
Yeah, it's not forever.
Yeah.
They'll probably try it like this, and then they'll probably start selling it by the slice at some point, and I'll be like, dang it.
Do you think they're going to keep it through the end of the year? Because I would think
like around Thanksgiving.
Well, I was going to say, you definitely want, if you're trying to think of like, what am I bringing for Thanksgiving? Like that could be a fun, unique
item.
And
it's not bad. Like online, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, this sounds disgusting. This is probably gross. I love Baja Blast, but blah, blah, blah. Just because it's different, people are poo-pooing it.
Yeah, without even trying it.
Yeah, and then one lady was like, oh, because now on Facebook you can thumbs down comments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So far, the only comment I thumbs down on anything was on a Baja Blast post when some lady was like, oh, all the artificial dyes, I know, blah, 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 blah. And then you look at it, and I don't know. I didn't look at to see if it has a lot of artificial dyes. A lot of them are going to be illegal at the end of this year.
Are they?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Or not the end of this year. Sorry, 2026. They'll be illegal.
Well, if it helps, the first ingredient is milk.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Which is not an ingredient in Baja Blast.
And then second ingredient is water.
Okay. Both very good.
You know what? This is very interesting. And then third, sugar.
Okay.
All right, but now this ingredient right here is something that's extremely interesting based on what we said without looking at this prior. No. Oh, I hope there's not any in there.
There shouldn't be.
The next ingredient, Key West lime juice.
Oh, wow.
So it is a key lime pie, essentially.
It's tropical, because that's what the flavor of Baja Blast is. It's tropical lime.
I'm just double checking, make sure no blueberry.
There's no blueberry. I didn't even scare you.
Well, now I'm scared, so I'm looking.
You'd already be shitting your pants.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'd probably be dead.
And then I would be like, I'd start the episode over and I'd be like, hey, everybody, blah, blah, blah. And I'm here with my BFF Forever, which is right now because he died from eating a key lime pie, blueberry pie.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, are there artificial dyes?
There are, but nothing that would indicate that it's blueberry. However,
there shouldn't be blueberry, dude.
However, this is an interesting ingredient. Out of everything else I've read, this one's probably the most interesting one, is locust bean gum.
Gum, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's
a
just
stabilizer.
Yeah.
You need it.
I thought it was interesting. Locust
bean. Well, there's
I know
carotenoid color, I think is the one. Yeah, it's not
that's red.
Carotenoid, I think
and
that's
it's made from beetles, right?
Yeah, beetles' butts.
Or shells.
No, they're butts.
Or shells.
Butts.
Or shells.
They're shell butts.
Butt shells.
All right. Yeah. I was just looking at the box, seeing if there's anything interesting else on it. I didn't look at it that close before. But no, it was a good pie. It's fun. Something neat, new.
I'd get it again.
But the only comment I did thumbs down was the lady that was complaining about all the dyes in it, and it didn't make. She's like, I know you got to get it to the color of Baja Blast, but it was kind of like, okay, so you're fine with the artificial dyes in the Baja Blast, but you don't like it in the pie.
I mean, in all fairness, that's the only thing that to me is off-putting about it. Is the color is a little.
At the end of the year, there's a lot of them going away. Like Red 40, I think, is already gone. Red 3, Yellow 5.
Well, I don't like hearing that.
Blue 5. Yeah, you're going to have to pay attention for blue stuff now.
Well, not just that, but I'm pretty sure Stewart's has a lot of that because of the grape color, the purple grape. I'm pretty sure it's blue something.
Well, initially,
red something.
it was going to be sooner than that, I think. But then it got pushed out like another year because they realized how difficult it is. I got a feeling that it'll, like, all the things that I'm making for my other job, I'm using natural colors and different things like that and phasing those all out because you have to.
So
But,
hold on, because I'm not really following like with these bands. Like, I'm sure there's probably some health issues identified if they're doing a ban,
well,
or
just in general, consumers don't like anything that has a number on it. So if it's like yellow 5, blue whatever, blue 5,
I get that.
you know, they
sure.
don't when they see
it
that
feels
number,
artificial.
that says artificial, and it is.
So, but
But
what
they're
if,
petroleum based.
But what if
and-
I want something? Like, what if I don't want something to have the formula changed, and I'm fine with the risk?
Have to. That's a RFK thing. So
because I don't have a worm in my brain, I get penalized.
yeah, I guess so.
That sucks.
And you're not married to the lady from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
What if my brain worm likes blue 40 and red 5?
Well, then it's gonna die, and you're gonna be
Oh.
healthy again.
What if my personality is just the brain worm?
then I don't know.
Oh, this sucks.
Then everything is gonna change. But
So
but
maybe I'm not your best friend forever and ever. It's the brain worm.
they've got till you've got till the end of 2026,
All right, I'm gonna stock up, I guess.
and one of them I think you have a little bit longer too, till 2027. I should be more up on the regulation, but in my mind, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna wipe them all out before the end of the next
Fair
year.
enough.
So that's what I'm working on.
I'm gonna send you the ingredient list for Stewart's grape, and I want you to just let me know what my
How it could be reformulated.
well. No, I want to know how much time I got left for
Oh.
that sweet goodness.
Probably till the end of 2026, unless
But-
it's got all natural color.
Well, I'll let you look at it, and you can
Yeah, I'll
give
look
me
at
your professional assessment. Professional soda assessment, the
Professional
PSA.
Food Science Assessment, the FSA, Food
No,
Science
soda assessment.
Okay.
Professional soda assessment. That's
Okay.
your PSA.
SSA, soda,
No,
soda,
professional soda assessment.
PSA.
Yeah, PSA.
But no, they're supposed to be going away. But what I could see happening is it getting delayed, and I'm acting like it's going to be real.
Right,
But
well,
I've
that's how you
seen-
have to.
But I've
embrace it.
seen a lot of these things like that change and get pushed back, and then disappear.
Well, right, because isn't it like some big companies like no,
and,
like Coca-Cola, for
High
example.
fructose corn syrup. It's getting wiped out of a lot of things.
Well, that's all right.
I know.
Stewart's is cane sugar, so I'm good with that.
Well, like even in Pepsi, I think Pepsi company already took high fructose corn syrup out of their sodas. I think maybe not yet, but
Not yet, but
they are.
I do like when they do the cane sugar, like the throwbacks for like
No, I
Mountain
know those
Dew.
are way better.
At one point, they had a cane sugar wild cherry Pepsi. I bet that was phenomenal. I didn't
don't
know
know
it
if I-
existed
I
until
don't know if I
after it
tried
was already
that.
taken out.
Huh?
It was a, you know how like wild cherry Pepsi, it's got the regular Pepsi logo and then it's got the little cherries on it.
All right.
So the cane sugar one was a like maroon colored can apparently.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
It was years
Maybe.
ago.
I don't think I did.
So I missed it. I didn't even know that it was a thing
But
until
I could
after
see,
it was gone.
I could see the dye thing being pushed off, and then Trump's administration ends, and then okay, it's fine, we'll keep them.
Well, I don't know necessarily about that because Michelle Obama got soda price,
True.
The sugar tax
True.
or whatever on it. So some things that stick.
So it's really like the artificial dyes that are like petroleum based. People probably don't realize that they are, but
yeah, that's crazy to think that you're drinking dinosaur.
yeah, you're drinking dinosaurs,
Yeah,
or synthetic petroleum, whatever.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
those
when
are
you
the
drink
ones
water,
that
you're
are-
drinking dinosaur pee, right? Isn't that
all
like,
water.
has dinosaur pee in it?
It passed through a dinosaur's cloaca at one point in time.
Do dinosaurs have cloacas?
Yes,
Well, I mean, like a pterodactyl would, but like
they all do. They're reptiles. Reptiles don't have.
Oh,
They have cloaca,
all of them, every single one.
except for the penisaur
Oh,
and the vaginasaur.
okay.
those are
Those
the only
two
two that
exclusive.
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I think you downloaded the wrong Jurassic Park.
Oh, damn it! I know. I already rented the wrong Independence Day. We talked about that on here, didn't we?
I don't know.
I talked to you about that, didn't I?
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm going to block that one.
In college, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you did talk about
Yeah, they put a different movie in there, and it wasn't Independence Day.
And everybody had to come to your dorm room
to watch In Rear Endings Day.
I don't know if we talked about that.
I think we did. I think we did. I mean, we talk about so much stuff. I don't always remember what we talk about on here and what we just talk about regular.
But speaking of, so I had
In Rear Endings Day. This is triggered something for you.
Kind of. So I was talking with Stan because Stan Dabrowski, longtime listener, 3-time guest or 2-time guest. I can't remember now. It's 2 or 3. Either way.
Well, he's still got another one coming.
Right. Next week he's supposed to be our guest.
Again,
he had talked with his wife Jody. Hi, Jody. She said she wants to. Remember how we talked about we need a Jamie?
Scared where this is going.
We need a Jamie as our person that fact checks us.
Yeah.
She said she would do that.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Hey, Jody, can you look up In Rear Endings Day? Thanks.
But she was interested in possibly coming in and joining in on the fun next week. So
next week.
So maybe it'll be her trial. We'll give her some.
We don't actually have a sound booth in here yet. So is she gonna have to sit outside that window?
No heater, just
sitting out there freezing.
Especially since we're supposed to get a frost warning this week.
Is it supposed to snow on Saturday?
It might, yeah.
Like a lot?
I don't know.
Just actually snow.
I bought a shovel.
I've got a show in Athens, and
nice segue again.
Thanks. Rob had said like we might want a little extra time. It's gonna snow, and I was like, how much snow?
Yeah, I don't know how much.
I don't know either.
I just know that we're supposed to see some frostiness happen. But yeah, so
anyway, Jody outside the window.
Well, maybe Jody will join us next week and she can fact check us. But you and I need to prepare like 3 things each for her to fact check.
Okay. In Rear Endings Day.
No. We're not telling her now.
No, I'm kidding.
It's on the spot.
I'm just kidding.
We're seeing if she's a wizard.
Because I told you about the opening scene, right?
I don't know, and I'm not sure if we want to go there.
This is this really tall alien. Like, think of a gray alien. Really tall, with like one of those classic like robes on with like the big collar. And he's got these hands that are just fake. Like they look like they're made out of like styrofoam kind of thing. And
like really bad.
Yeah. And they're being moved by like a stick. And I don't remember the exact dialogue. But there's these other little alien guys that were like normal dudes, but they were wearing, and I don't remember what movie it was from, like these monster masks that just have like these big jaws. They kind of look like dog jaws, and they look like skeleton dog kind of people. And they've got like a whole black suit on with a hood, and then like the crotch is obviously open and exposing like everything. And there's like 4 or 6 of them, like 2 or 3 on each side of the guy. And these ladies are there, and they're like, oh, they're like pretending they're like scientists, and like, oh, what do you want? what are you here for? You know, do you like? Why have you come to our planet? What do you want? And the big alien just goes, your ass. And then he like motions his hands like really stupid to 3 of them, and they go running and take the ladies away, and then the rest is in the title.
Yeah. Do you think that this is other than the last time you...
And then one guy says, did you just call me a hick at one point in the movie? Which is kind of funny, because I won't tell you what she said, but it rhymes.
You probably made the director's day.
Probably did.
By even mentioning
Hey, if you directed that film, we want you as a guest.
Sure.
If you directed In Rear Endings Day, what year would that have been? That was like 1996, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. And that's when somebody slipped it into my Independence Day at Blockbuster. And I was like, this isn't Independence Day.
You were disappointed, but also not at the same time.
Correct. It was entertaining. Like, even, and I don't just mean like from a pornography side of things, because that's something, that's whatever. But just like the acting and everything is notoriously bad in those movies, apparently. I don't know. I haven't seen very many.
He just air quoted, and he's listing 100, 200.
And then I batted my eyes. But But there's just so many lines in it that were just like, because
iconic.
well, yeah, like where like the guy's laying. I'm not gonna draw too much of a picture, but the guy's laying there. You know, things are happening, and the girl says, "I love your," word, and then the guy just like looks up and he's like, "Did you just call me a hick?" Like it was like an outtake, like they forgot to put in, because. So you can imagine, rhymed with hick, the word. I don't know why I don't want to say it. I say it every other time. But
So
I don't
kind of
say
like
it.
that AI of The Hobbit that I showed you.
Kind of like that.
And it's just got the screaming bear.
Yeah, the bear's like,
what a weird edit, right?
Yeah, and it was like they didn't take that out, and there's all these different weird things.
Random
in it.
edits.
I mean, granted, we fast forwarded through it a lot because we didn't want to get in trouble. We were old enough to have pornography, but for some reason we thought we were still going to get in trouble.
All right, so you were disappointed but not disappointed at the same time. But
The opening scene was like the best.
But think about whoever rented Rear Pendants. It's
in Independence Day, and they got regular, and they
and then they're
beat off to Will Smith.
But so you were victorious. Like it was a win-win for you. But like for them, it would have been a lose-lose.
Right. And somebody did it on purpose.
Maybe not.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they rented both. Because at my
to compare the
was that
stories.
yeah, that was Blockbuster because they had an
That's
adult,
why they went out of business.
because
Someone sued.
they had an adult section at the Blockbuster. But if somebody did do it on purpose, that's diabolical.
Well, they could probably get in real big trouble because a kid could have rented Independence.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways, how did we get on that? We were talking about Baja Blast Pie and Jody looking things up, and then
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. This is how my brain works. It's all over the place all the time.
But speaking of movies, you want to see, and I'm going to see.
Yeah, the new Predator.
Yeah, new Predator, Badlands.
Badlands. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it.
Well, I know literally nothing because I've never seen any Predator movie.
None.
Yeah, so I'm going in like not knowing anything, but maybe I should watch the original Predator this
So
week.
all the times,
I've seen clips, so I get the premise, but like.
So all the times like that I've tried something and I've asked you to try it or something, and people are like, no, and I'm like, this will make you a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus, just like me. You had no idea where that came from?
I don't remember you ever saying that.
That's because I don't. I just made that up. I mean, that's actually in one of the movies. Because that's Jesse the Body Ventura.
Uh-huh.
That was one of his lines in the movie.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. He says something before it that would not pass today.
Oh boy.
But then there's one where he's bleeding, and the guy's like, "Hey, you're bleeding." He's like, "I ain't got time to bleed." And then the guy shoots I think it was a grenade launcher. I don't even remember. And he shoots it, and then he's like, "Well, you got time to duck?" And then blows up.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there's a lot of lines in there like that where...
See, now you're going to get mad at me again because
No.
I told... No.
You haven't seen Predator 1.
Hold on.
Like, even 1, the original.
No, but this is kind of... So this is where you're going to get mad
He's
at
like,
me.
"You
Hold on.
ugly motherfucker."
Well, see, this is where you're going to get mad at me again because I never saw Top Gun except for...
Except for Family Guy.
Well, right. But I haven't seen Predator, but I did watch the Rick and Morty episode.
I was just going to say, the only place I could think of that you saw that was like Rick and Morty.
Yeah. And then obviously little clips here and
because
there on the internet.
Because the Predator was dating one of Rick's old girlfriends, right? On that one?
No, that one was Mr. Poopy Butthole. His wife was
yeah.
not technically maybe having an affair. I don't
With
know.
the Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he hired the Predator to be the private investigator Predator, I think is what the character was. Private investigator Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ended up being with
Because
his wife.
I don't know. So there's Predator. There's Predator 2.
Alien versus Predator.
There's all the aliens versus Predator. There's Predators.
I mean,
There's the Predator.
there's How to Catch a Predator.
That's different.
Oh,
You've probably seen those.
no. I haven't. As much as we reference that stuff in comedy,
Yeah, you've
I've
never
never
seen
watched
them?
it. No, I didn't really care to.
Yeah. I mean, there's multiple. There's the Predator. That's a newer one.
I guess I'll have to...
Predators.
Maybe I'll have to at least read the plots for them. I don't know if maybe I'll watch one just for...
I would at least watch the first one.
Okay.
At least the first one with Arnold.
Yeah. I'm
at least watch that one.
I've definitely seen lots of clips for it, and I've seen it on, like...
Dude, I watch it all the time.
AMC sometimes has it on, and I watch parts, but I never watched the full thing, so I don't...
You should at least watch that one before you go see it, I would say.
That's fair. All right, so that's my project, I guess,
because,
tomorrow.
Well, with this one, I don't know a ton about it. I know when they first started showing, like...
I've seen
screenshots and stuff of it.
I've seen, like, one commercial, but not even really a complete commercial. It's just, like, a girl looking at a young predator.
Yeah.
And that's all I've seen. Like, there's no, like...
They always showed the young predator, and I'm like, what is this? Is this... I know it takes place on a different planet. I don't know if it's the Predator's planet. I have no idea. I know that... like, there's a young predator, so I don't know if it's, like, the Predator...
Origins?
Yeah, like the original. So that's why I'm like, you should watch the first one.
Or it could be, like...
it could be it's all standalone. I don't know.
Well, it could be, like, you know, the kid of the Predator that we saw... Not we, because I didn't see it yet, but the Predator, like in the original, right? It could be like a kid offspring or something, and now it's branching off that story or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I think it's got to be more futuristic, though, because on the trailer that I did see, they have like these lightsaber-looking things.
Oh, okay. Or maybe they don't use that because it's like literally
too much of an advantage.
Oh, well, a melee weapon. They'd probably prefer range.
They got plenty of those.
Oh, okay.
They have spears and freaking
okay.
Wolverine things that pop out of their wrists.
Yeah, I know that part, but that was like kind of more like last resort, it seemed like, from what I could tell. But what am I talking about? I haven't seen it yet.
You never even played the video game?
Nope.
The video game...
Well, what system was this for?
PlayStation 3?
Oh, I didn't have a PlayStation 3. So.
I think it might have been Xbox. I don't know.
I'll have to look.
It's fun for the first little bit, but then it's repetitive.
Okay.
But you can play multiplayer where like one person is the predator
and then
everybody else are the people. And
I like that concept.
It's fun.
I played a game similar to that concept a while back on Xbox. It didn't really have a very big following, so it kind of died real quick. But it was humans versus dinosaurs. So you're like this.
Was that like Turok?
No, but Turok is good.
Because there was one you could hunt the monkey.
Yeah.
On Turok, and we used to play that in college. We always called it Monkey, and whenever you would see the monkey, you'd always be like, "Monkey!"
The one I liked was I think Turok Evolution, which was on GameCube. That one had a great multiplayer, and the story mode is pretty good too. The one thing I did actually, I think there was Monkey in that too, because there was a cheat code that you could put in.
Yeah,
and I think the cheat code was literally zoo, and you would have a bonus mini game thing where you'd go into a zoo and then you could take out all the animals that they made for in the game.
Oh.
The funniest thing though was the frogs, because Turok is a pretty gory game, so
yeah.
But if you would
even with bad graphics like in the original,
I mean, it was literally just like you'd hit something and you'd see like all the guts. It was pretty
body
rough.
Parts would fly off.
But the funny thing was with the frogs, so they're literally the smallest animal in the game, and you'd hit it and it'd have the most gore. That was the Easter egg for it.
I don't remember that,
but no, it was like on Xbox a couple years ago.
Okay.
Now probably about 10 years ago, so a couple years ago. And basically it would be like the one raptor thing in the new Jurassic World, the one that could turn invisible.
Oh.
Whatever that thing was called.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
Not the newest one.
Not the newest one. It was like a couple Jurassic Worlds ago. I think it was the second Jurassic World.
There's something that can turn invisible?
Yeah, it was like it had camouflage. They combined it with like a chameleon or
like an octopus or something.
Or something, whatever the DNA was.
Yeah.
And that's when, they'd go in and like...
So that's different than being invisible, but yeah, I got you.
It was kind of invisible with how they presented it. But anyway, let me just finish up the game thing and then jump back in.
Yeah.
Okay. So the game, you're basically this crazy, super-powered Velociraptor T-Rex thing, and then everybody else was like humans, and they'd all have different like positions. Like one was a medic, one was like a heavy gunner, specialist, or whatever. And the whole point was either you're hunting or being hunted. It's a pretty good concept.
When you're talking about it being invisible versus camouflage, like Predator, you know how he can camouflage, like he turns like into the surroundings.
Yeah.
When I was in college, there was somebody from the military talking at school for something. And we were just talking
about the invisibility cloaks.
About like how the predator and everything. And then he said something about like, yeah, if that was possible. And I'm like, I don't think it would be that hard. And he was like, well, why not? And I'm like, if you could put like a bunch of little mini cameras on both sides of you and used fiber optics to kind of display it on the other side like they do with cable, you could project what was behind you, what was front of you, and you're the predator. And the dude's eyes got really big. And then he didn't say a whole lot after that. And now they have that.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
So either you came up with the idea.
No, that guy probably did, and he probably got promoted, and
or they already were working it, and he was concerned.
He was probably like, "How the hell do you know that?"
Yeah, like he was concerned, like you stuck down the bases.
He did say, "What does your dad do for a living?" And I was like, "He works at a nuclear power plant."
He did beat up a guy from Radio Shack once.
He beat up a guy from Radio Shack. That's
where he got.
I had too much Christmas.
Got the tech.
I saw it at Radio Shack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
We're almost at an hour.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say maybe a couple more topics, or maybe just do a comedy tip and talk about our upcoming shows. And
we could do that.
What do you want to do first? Tip or shows?
Tip. And then end on shows.
Okay. So I was just thinking, because this happened to me a couple weeks ago, but just, even though it kind of goes without saying, but just a reminder to people, being on time or early
for the show,
for a show or a mic or something, has its benefits for sure.
Yep.
Not only just because you look like you know what you're doing and professional and all that, and then there's the networking aspects, but recently for me, the closer for the show, which is extra time, so 8 minutes versus 4, couldn't make it because they had an injury.
Yep.
And I was there first, and the manager knew that I could do that to cover the time, and he gave me the spot, so I got double the time. Nice. And it was a full room, so it was a good night to have that opportunity. But I'm sure that there's other benefits too of being early.
Okay. Yeah, there totally is. I did a show one time, and I honestly don't remember where it was, if it took a long time to drive there, or what the deal was, but got there just before showtime. And the show went okay, but I did not feel like in a zone. Like, I like to go early. Go and get in a zone, kind of see the audience that's coming in, listen to what they're talking about.
And get comfortable.
Know, and kind of know the audience, too, because, like, if they come in and they're all a bunch of little, like, I don't know what generation they are, but they're walking in, they're all like 6'7".
I remember I killed that.
Yeah, I know. Week. So nobody will say it ever again. Yeah. Or it's just like, I kind of listen to what they're talking about. If they're talking about sports, if they're talking about politics. I don't do politics in my comedy, like, at all. Like, none.
But you at least kind of have a gauge of what the person is like then.
And I kind of know, like, if I say something one way or another, or I bring up a topic that all of a sudden the audience turns political.
Yeah.
Which can happen. Carl was talking about crayons one day, and it became this big thing. There was a fight. It was crazy.
Jelly beans, actually.
I thought it was crayons.
No, talking about jelly beans.
Yeah, and you just said something about a red jelly bean and a blue jelly bean, and then bam, fighting in the audience.
Guy gets thrown out.
They're yelling and screaming. It was crazy because they turned it political. But so I like to do that, and plus I like to just be there and sit a little bit. I don't really
decompress. Sometimes the drive is long, and
I check out things at the venue and kind of see if there's things to comment about, or whatever, or if I hear somebody say something that I can turn into a riff or whatever, just to kind of win the audience, know your audience, kind of thing. So I like to go. I don't like to get there too late,
right? Because then you feel rushed. What if something else happens? Someone doesn't show, and you get bummed.
And then sometimes too, depending on where the show is, I go through this phase of like, oh Jesus, people are gonna hate me, or whatever.
And you got to get out of that phase.
And I got to get out of that phase, otherwise I jump up on stage with that in my head. Like that energy. Yes. I did a show a couple weeks ago, And at first there was like so many old people there, and then it was like middle-aged people, and they had old people with them. And I'm not saying old people don't like dirty stuff or swear words.
Some old people, that's their favorite thing.
That is their favorite. Some of, but I was just like, wow, I don't know how easy it's going to be to relate to this crowd and whatever. And I was just a little concerned. I mean, I don't know why, because I've done shows in front of just about every age.
Yeah.
Newborn babies.
I remember that.
Yeah. All the way to somebody that's
too old to play with Legos.
Yeah, they're older than 99.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I worry about it, but then I just kind of sit there and I listen to what the people are talking about and their mood and whatever, and then I get into this like, and I think part of it is my way of, making it like subliminal to myself to say, you can't just phone this in, dude. Yeah. You got to give your energy away.
Yeah, you're digesting their energy to convert it. Yeah,
kind of like it's like I'm kind of like, because sometimes you go to these shows that they're a dinner and then a show, which is actually a pretty good format, but people bring people that you can tell don't want to be there. Like they're there for
they got dragged along because one person wanted to go
to the dinner or whatever, and then so sometimes I got to get that funk out of my head.
Yeah.
And then usually what I'll do is I'll kind of get like, man. And then all of a sudden I'll just tell myself, like, come on, dude, you've been at worse crowds than this. You've been at worse shows than this. And then I go up, whether I'm first, whether I'm last or whatever. And then I go up and I just get out of that funk. And I'm like, okay, these guys, maybe they are going to be a challenge. But you know what? I'm a professional. I'm up for the challenge. And so then I get that in my head and then I work through it. But when that show that I was talking about, I got there like 2 minutes before I had to go on stage. Barely had my jacket off and everything. Yeah. I think it was snowing. I don't remember. But I just like took my coat off, took everything off, didn't have my set list, didn't have anything, wasn't prepared, didn't have my camera set up to record my set, nothing. And I went up and just did what I had to do. And it was fine. But afterwards, like, I felt stressed. Like, I didn't have fun. Like it was still fun, but like it wasn't like fun. It was just kind of like, wow, like I could tell in my voice too when I went up and I started talking. I was like, hi guys.
Don't impersonate my act. Kind of listening to you talk about that, maybe it's just from your seniority compared to me, but it sounds like your whole like pre-show process in that sense is anxiety.
It goes through it all.
Well, I'm just saying, like, to me, that's like how I view anxiety. And I always have anxiety right before I perform. And sometimes it's an hour up to it or whatever, just whatever reason. It could be I'm trying new stuff or I'm unsure about the audience or whatever. And then when as soon as I step on that stage, I try to convert that to excitement.
A switch usually hits for me either way.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, for yours, it sounds like a similar thing, but yours is more of like, instead of like, for me, like, my stomach hurts and I'm just like, I feel like I have to throw up, but I never do throw up. Knock on wood.
Like, I don't get the bubble guts, really.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, yours is like, I don't want to do this. But then it's like, as soon as you hit that stage, you're flipping to like, let's bring it. Yeah.
I basically, and it's not like that in every show, but some shows, I need to work through the cycle of grief almost. I get there and I'm like in denial, like.
Am I funny? Or
these guys gonna think I'm funny.
Okay.
I had a bad show once, blah blah blah, and you go back to that time when something didn't go quite right.
Now you're angry because you're like,
and then it's angry, and I'm like, oh, that show, man, that was a bunch of bullshit. And then I go in the acceptance, like, okay, that show happened, blah blah blah. If it sucks, it sucks. There's gonna be more gigs, whatever. And then it goes all the way around until. I'm like, okay, cool. Here, this is what I do. This is what I love doing it, and I know I love doing it. So let's go. But then I've had two where like I've gone in and I'm just like so excited. I can't wait to get up there.
Right.
So I never know how I'm gonna feel. So that's why I like to get there a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah, and process it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I used to too when I would get to shows and then people are like talking to you and talking to you and I'm like, stop talking, or whatever.
Yeah, I've learned doing. Do you think we've done 100 gigs together? I don't know.
Probably.
Okay, but I've learned over doing all these gigs with you, like, I know, like, for at least a certain point, I just need to leave you alone and just kind of whatever I need.
And I just go.
Yeah, it's just. I think it does depend on order. Like, if you're closing out the show,
Yeah.
I know, like, I got to leave Dean alone for a bit. He's got to figure out what he wants to do. He's going to listen to my set and kind of figure out what was working, what wasn't working. But then also, like, at some point, I know you snap out of that process too. Sometimes it is a considerable amount before you're set too. And then you're just a chatty Cathy. You just want to talk to me about everything, which is fun. But it's just, I could see that process for you. Like, I could see you doing it. And I'm like, now I've learned, like, time to leave it alone. But a couple points I'm going to add on with what you said is one of my best performances. I know I've had better ones since then, but, like, one of the best ones that I've had someone that was higher up in the comedy world. So Joe Stapleton, hey buddy, I did a show with him. Joe. Yeah, thanks Joe for the name of the podcast and Bobby Lee
and Buddy Hackett or whatever.
It was me, Reed Richards, who doesn't do comedy anymore, and then Joe Stapleton. So Reed was hosting.
Oh yeah,
and then I was featuring, and I did a half hour, and then Joe did an hour, and this was up in Peshtigo. Yeah. And beforehand, Joe challenged me, and this is something I'm still trying to work on. It's probably one of the hardest things for me to do. He said, I want you to just go out there and just start talking to people at their tables. So I sat down at a couple tables and talked with people, and they're telling me about what they do in town, like you said, and things like that. And I had a call back to something one person said, and I did it like 3 or 4 times. It almost felt like I was doing it way too many times, but every time it just got a bigger and bigger pop. And I mean, he might have, I'm pretty sure he meant it, but Joe was like, dude, that was like the best set. He was like, I was actually nervous to follow you.
He does that all the time. He talks to like everybody, buys them drinks.
Yeah.
Encourages them to sit up front.
That's just good, like, I know. Like showman. Like, Stan does this really well. I noticed this on Sunday when we did this one mic for Golden Plated. Stan afterwards was so good at like talking to every single person. And that's something I'm not good at, because even though on stage I have like that confidence and seem extroverted, I'm not. I really don't like talking to people.
Well, I don't mind it. Like when you're talking about like when you see like, oh, Dean's getting in that spot where I'll just leave him alone. I think I get more like Batman. Like I'm up in the rafters, just kind of like
brooding.
And watching and listening and whatever.
Yeah.
After the show, too, I've seen some comics like actively approach people like, so did you like the show? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and I kind of just exist, and if they come to me and they talk to me, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, and I'm totally approachable.
Right.
But I don't
reach out, and I want to be a little bit more like that, a little bit more I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a nice way, but like salesperson, pushy a little bit, but I don't want to be pushy.
Yeah, right.
But another person, maybe schmoozing, maybe is the right word. I don't know. But another person that I also think is really good at this is my first mentor, my buddy Matt Miller down in Illinois. Honestly, one of the best at doing
schmoozers.
Yeah. Does a great act, and it's always super high
Unless
energy.
Sammy Hot Dogs is there, then he's all pissed off.
Don't give a shout at the Sammy Hot Dogs. But he was always so great at that, and that was the first time I really saw like another comedian like on a show that I'm doing. Yeah. Like doing that, and how it just that's just why he's got such a great following, and like his fans will do like anything for him.
Which is interesting too, because he's kind of quiet when it's just us. Like on the couple shows that I've done with him, I haven't done a ton, but like backstage or whatever, he's kind of quiet.
He's doing the same thing you are. He's getting in the zone. Like I learned that part watching him too. Is like everyone's got their like process to get in the zone beforehand. Mm-hmm. I guess mine is just be completely a nervous wreck. I don't know. I mean, I'm struggling a lot right now with like sticking to a specific order on a set.
Oh.
Like, pretty much, this sounds awful probably. I usually don't do the same set twice. Like,
you
order or anything. Like, I'm always changing it every time. Like, I know the jokes are the same, and I know, like, I have the confidence in that, you know, people are going to like those jokes, but, like, I'm always changing the order, like, almost every time. And I know probably some people listening are going to be like, that's very stupid, I guess. But, like, I don't know. Like, I figure I need to try it out different ways more so than trying just one way and being like, that was pretty good, I'll just stick with it. Like, I don't know.
And sometimes too, when you do that, if you do it the same every time, and then audiences have seen you before, they pick that up. But if you just switch the jokes up a little bit, like their order
and how they tie into each other,
they maybe remember a joke or two, but then they think most of it was new.
Right. That's a good point. And I don't know, I just feel like that's the way I've been going about it, at least for probably the last year. I've been trying not to do same order and just changing stuff out, see if I can pick something new, like a new segue or something. And like on Sunday, I did a lot of my classics, and I did a couple new things because it was technically an open mic, but it turns out I was the closer, headliner, whatever you want to call it, for an open mic. It was a 15-minute set or whatever. So I mean, for an open mic, that's pretty good amount of stage time.
Pretty good,
And I did quite a few of my regular bangers, right? But, I did some new things on my beatboxing stuff and changed a little order and added a couple new tags. I even mentioned I was allergic to blueberries, which,
nice.
But I'll show you that part because I thought that was interesting that I actually tied a new thing into that. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I just can't seem to do the same set, and I think that makes me why I'm nervous before like every performance, because it's like, okay, even though you know the material, you don't necessarily you don't have the order nailed down, which I mean that's probably part of the preparedness aspect of it, which I think other more established comedians would be like, oh, you definitely don't want to do that, you want to have it locked down. But I think I would get bored of doing the exact same thing in the same order every time too.
Could get that way. I mean, I've done where I've changed the order up, or I've added something new, and then all of a sudden I realized I missed something.
Yeah.
And worked around to get back to it. It's not like an immediate jump like, oh, hey, you guys, remember when I was talking about this?
Yeah.
You know, it's more of a like I kind of work, and I'm like, okay, here would be a spot. And then I move it and jump it back in. And I've done that a couple of times.
I did have one more point, though, with being early as well.
Yeah.
So I think so far when we're talking about these things, it's all for shows that we're just on.
Yeah.
Also for if it's shows that we're producing, being early and getting set up. Because I definitely have shown up to a venue where they're like, yeah, please bring equipment and stuff. And then I get there. There's no stage. It's like, where are we setting up? Over in that corner? Okay, cool. Now I got to figure out what I want to do. Lighting, plugging in. Yeah. Do I need both speakers? Do I need just one? Like all that stuff. And being there early kind of helps establish that.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
It would be nice if I knew this information beforehand, but not every person that you book with even knows what they want to do yet either.
Well, that was one of the things that used to annoy me about the Bash, is you'd get shows on there sometimes, and then all of a sudden the venue people would be, do you have like equipment, like microphones and
after
stuff?
You had already quoted,
after you already, and you accepted it, and it's kind of like, if you guys wanted to book a show, you probably either should have had that in your booking, or, you know, at least book the show because you had stuff, because not every comedian has microphones.
Yeah, that's an assumption that people make. And also, it is kind of a bummer because let's just say you said, all right, I'll do an hour for $300 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, now that they said they don't have the equipment, you might want to put a equipment rental fee or something on there, but you can't.
Or a setup fee or whatever,
Yeah, not that, I mean...
Not that you have to do that.
I mean, I usually don't care too much, to be honest, about that, but I know, like, talking to people that have been doing it for a long time and have the whole works and everything, they're charging $750 for my $300 because, you know, they've been doing it longer, so they think that they're worth more. But they put the equipment fee, they charge for travel, they charge for place to stay. And
yeah, and it's like if any place does a pro wrestling event, most places don't have their own ring,
right,
and all that sort of stuff. So there's a certain amount of the fee that you pay either to the booker or whatever. That's to bring the ring in and do all that stuff, the transport of it and all that, because that's all work.
Right. And that's the initial cost. So then they got to figure out on top of it how they're going to make money so they can pay the performers, pay people helping out, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
A lot of work.
For sure.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. Just try to be early. Minimum, be on time, but most of the time, try to be early.
Yeah. I usually am like... That's why Booker that I work with pretty regular, he's always messaging me and like, hey, can you be here by X30? Always like half an hour before. And I'm like, dude, I'm there before that.
Yeah.
Because usually when I have a show that I have to travel a lot for, I'll usually leave pretty early just to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Whether it's traffic, whether it's a flat tire, whether whatever. I usually give myself plenty of time to get there, especially if it's a really long drive.
You got to recombobulate yourself.
You got to fill up with gas. You got to stop, go to the bathroom.
Empty your own gas tank. Refuel.
Yeah, all that stuff. And it's kind of like, after a drive like that, that's tough to like just be like, oh, right on stage, here we go. Yep. And then it's all done. Back in the car, do the drive again. So I usually give myself...
ample time.
And then I get there, I see the venue. I like to get there before the crowd too.
Yeah, it always feels a little dirty. Like walking into the room when people are already there for the show.
My favorite is like one of the last shows. I can't remember if that was you and me or if that was walking in with Abe. We walked into a show and our poster is right there, like a big one, right behind us. And we walk in, and we just kind of walk past the hostess and just kind of start following the signs that say comedy show. And they, like, stopped us, like, oh, can we help you? How many in your party? And then it was just
I think we had a similar situation, but not the help with your party. We did have one at Jersey 41 in the UP because the poster was right outside the door.
Yeah.
So that kind of happened. Also, I think we did one it was called, like, 1716, but that one felt a little way more awkward because people are already there. So even though we were early, there were people that were already there like an hour and a half before.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I was just thinking like I don't remember that one, but yeah, I remember.
Now they're doing an open mic now. They I don't think they've done another actual comedy show, but now they're like, if you're funny, come out and do an open mic with us, and they're like, everyone welcome. So
that's the one with the Pepsi people, right?
Yeah. And the bubbler.
Yeah.
Bubbler guy and Pepsi people.
Yeah.
That Pepsi challenge riff, heckle, whatever you want to call it was fantastic. That was
They got up and they walked in the middle of my set.
Yeah. They were rude too.
They were rude.
Yeah. I'll still drink Mountain Dew and Pepsi products, but it did leave a little sour taste in my mouth. Just the
yeah, because I was like the bubbler guy. I was like, you're tastes like freaking radio static with like drop of fruit juice or whatever I said. I don't remember. And then as they were walking out, because I'll never do it again.
Because you were bummed, yeah. You're like, oh, they didn't get to find out what the real Pepsi challenge was.
Yeah, the real Pepsi challenge is you shut the fuck up during my set.
The room erupted. That was awesome. That was
because everybody was annoyed by them.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But and unfortunately, I guess that was on us a little bit, but also the venue too. Like, we should have policed that a little bit better, but it was just the two of us, so that would have been kind of awkward. But also, who are we to say we can throw somebody out if they're bothering the show? They're buying drinks and food, so I'm sure the venue would have been upset if we had been like, you need to leave.
Well, I've had the venue ask me if they wanted to, do you want me to kick this person out?
Yeah, I mean...
And then I was like, when I'm doing my set, I will do something to them. You will know I have done it. And then at that point, if they don't walk, then go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate if like a venue does take a little onus on that. I've definitely had moments where I've done shows, and you've been there with me,
Yeah.
where people should have been asked to leave or...
Well, I told you what happened at the last... Yeah, that was the last one that I did with Rob.
No, maybe.
Where, like, the two girls up front were just talking and commenting and whatever. And Rob, very professionally, walked over to their table, and he leaned over their table, and he was just basically like, you know, we're trying to have a show here, and you're talking a lot, and the people in the back can't hear, and, you know, it's kind of... Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of screwing up my timing a little bit. So, you know, if you could just, you know, just not talk, that'd be great. You know, he was, like, super nice about it. Yeah. And then they were just like, wow. 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 That was so rude. Wow.
Well, I think...
And then afterwards, I apologized to Rob because I was like, I could have shut them down, but I was ignoring them a little bit. Every once in a while, they would comment or something, and I would just be like...
Well, see, that's the challenge, though, right? Like, sometimes you want people to be responsive and to bounce off of, but then other times you're like, okay, this wasn't me asking you a question type of thing. This is me doing the bit, so let me just do the bit. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like... Because you've been on a show with me, too, where somebody should have been asked to leave or whatever, because it was ruining the show.
Yep.
And the booker nor the venue did anything about it. So.
No, and they both were like getting frustrated with it, and I'm like, do something.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I or you as the performer on stage at that time shouldn't be the one that has to stop the show.
Right.
To address it, to, you know, like it throws off everything. I don't know. I feel like people just need to get a little bit better with that.
Well, and it wasn't even like they were engaged or heckling even. It was like, it's worse, where like people are sitting there and they're just talking.
Yeah.
You know,
like they're not even aware that there's a show
It's not even about the show, you know, and they're just like, I can't believe Jennifer took Dale back. Can you believe that? You know, and they're just like having this conversation.
And they're probably, what you said, like front row too, right? So they're literally front and center of everybody.
And then I've heard a guy talking already. He's like, oh, management's screwing us over, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what? You're here for a show. Escape.
Well, I now remember a point I wanted to say when you were mentioning about those two girls. It's like the whole, like, that's so rude. Like, people aren't used to being told off for anything anymore. Like they feel like you can't do that. So
right.
But it's like, I don't know. It just, if you're gonna disrupt everybody, be prepared to be disrupted yourself, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Well, and sometimes the crowd like polices themselves too.
Yeah.
Like I saw a clip from Josh Blue like just this past week, where like some dude was just,
I saw that too.
And he's just constantly talking and the audience is like, shut up. And then Josh finally just sits down and he's like, okay, I'll let you guys handle this. And then he's just kind of sitting there and they're whatever. And
then go back and forth. And he's like, I should have just done a Q&A.
Well, yeah, and then the guy, and I remember the guy yelled something like, I came here just to see you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, you're doing it, so shut up. And then, you know, the lady was like, we paid good money. You know, and it was just like, and I was just kind of, part of me was like, oh, well, so even like Josh Blue has to deal with that shit. You know, it's not just like a...
Yeah, I mean, it's all levels, but you would think at some point, you know, someone would have intervened, though, at his level, though. You would have think that...
You would have thought.
But again, it's the whole... The venue doesn't want to kick somebody out that's giving them money for food, drinks, whatever.
And they're probably like, this guy's paying a lot. His bar tab is huge. We can't kick him out. He's got to pay his bar tab.
Right. So, I mean, everyone's kind of in a tough spot, I guess, on that.
Yeah.
All right, but I think that's probably enough time on that.
Yeah,
Let's bring up our shows and then we'll do our send-off. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
So you're first. You have a show on
this Saturday.
On the 8th, November 8th. With
November
Rob.
8th. It's me and just Rob. I don't think there's actually like anyone else.
The Breckenberg connection.
Yeah, Breckenberg. I don't think there's anyone else. I think it's just us. We are in Athens, Wisconsin.
Oh, not Greece?
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have clarified because people will be like, whoa, he's going all the way to Athens for a show. Fancy. No, it's Athens, Wisconsin. It's at the Athens Community Theater Center, something like that. I think it's Center. Community Center. And it's just us. Doors open at 5. The show starts at 6:30. It's kind of an early one.
Yeah, that is a bit early.
Got that one.
And then we're all, you, me, and Stan are all on.
Double header.
Well, no, hold on. We're getting there. Next week's a busy week, so we're doing Skyline. So all three of us are on the mic next week.
We are?
Yep.
Oh.
On the 12th. And then...
I didn't know that. I forgot. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because you're riding with us.
Yeah, you guys usually pick me up.
Yep. Then we have the podcast next week. And then Friday, Stan and I are doing a show at Nuff Noshery featuring and hosting for Mike Marvell, who's been a guest on here before, too.
Yep.
And that should be a lot of fun. The three of us, I think, is going to be a good lineup together at Nuff Noshery in Abrams with the show starting at 7. And then Saturday, you, me, and Stan are doing a double feature.
Yep.
At the Wolfgram Sports Bar and Grill. So we're doing a family-friendly show at 6, and then an adult show at 8.
And an adult show.
And that's in Watertown at the Wolfgram Sports Bar and Grill.
Yeah, and then it's depressing, but that is all I have until March.
Well, you can join us on a comedy competition on the 21st. You can think about it, but Stan and I are on that so far, and from Milwaukee, Wallace, or Uncle Wally, as we like to call him, so far signed up for that date. There'll be 8 comics on there doing 10 minutes for a contest for $200, so that should be a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
But you can join in on that if you want, or if anybody listening that's not signed up, you can reach out to the sports bar for that. We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, just looking here. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, man. I got to do some work.
Yeah.
For a while, everything was just falling into place that I didn't really have to, reach out to anybody and say, hey, I'm available.
Yeah, and I want to do a roast of Santa Claus this year, too, but I'm not sure on a venue. So, and now we're starting to get kind of close cutting for that time frame. So, I'll just have to see if anybody has a venue in mind. Roast of Santa Claus could be something that we bring to you. It's a lot of fun. Jokes about different holiday characters. Everyone dresses up, whether good or bad, costumes, and just that's all in good fun. And
yep,
definitely adult show, not really family friendly at all.
Yeah, right.
But every time I've done that, it's been a lot of fun. So if anybody has a venue in mind, let us know and we'll reach out and see if we can set something up.
Yeah, and usually they get pretty good turnouts too.
Yeah, just because it's different. It's not your standard stand-up show, and if you don't have to know a single comic on it because
you're roasting the character, not the comic.
Yeah, it's all characters anyway. So
yep, and there are some people that maybe you've seen their stand-up and you're like, it wasn't for me. But a character roast is completely different. Yeah, it is,
and people that you normally don't write that style are very surprising. We've had people that have done their first character roast before. Jay Lemke comes to mind, who we've had on a guest recently, a couple weeks ago. He did our roast of Santa Claus last year, and he was fantastic. I felt like he stole the show.
He was in character full time.
Yeah.
That's the one I was Krampus, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were in character full time with your little one.
Character full time.
We should both do your Krampus voice as our goodbye this week, I think. Do you remember how it goes?
Yeah, I remember the Krampus play.
Okay, we can do that. All right. So, yeah, I guess that's it for us this week for Move the Mic Stand. So here we go with our Dean's Krampus voice. I'm going to impersonate Dean as his Krampus voice, and Dean's going to do the real thing. All right.
All right.
In 3, 2, 1. Cash Money Karl.
Dean Berg.
Move the Mic Stand.
We out.
This has been a TapeDeck Media production. Thank you for listening.